It's been quite a while since I had the chance to go out to an arcade, honestly. Even hanging out with Amelia has become less of an occurrence lately. Don't get me wrong, she's probably one of the most genuine people I've met in a long time, but I guess I've just not really wanted to be around anyone recently. Strange, then, how social I've been lately. Joining a club, spending more time with Amelia. What next? If I'm not careful, I'll end up like one of those social kids. Like Kaito. Ugh, perish the thought. Even if I did become more social, I won't be like him. I've got too much pride to stoop to his level. That's all he has, though. Pride. It's what makes him arrogant, what makes him so difficult to be around. Sure, he's a player and a cheat, and God knows what else, but it's all a mask to hide the child within. If I didn't know better, I'd feel a little sorry for him. I do know better, though. He deserves all of it. How cruel can one be to string people along like that, to cheat on multiple partners at once? I don't understand how he does it, either. For the life of me, I don't know why people keep trusting him after these things happen. It blows my mind every time I hear about it, honestly. I can't feel too bad for those stupid enough to believe him, if they're that gullible they have it coming. Still, it's far from my problem. Best to just keep on with my own life and problems. Finally, time for home. Best to get some rest for tomorrow, I think. Amelia invited me out tomorrow afternoon, too, so I think I'll take her up on that. Nothing better to do.
Thursday.
All right, there it is. Time to have lunch. Not that class wasn't interesting. It was, or it wasn't bad, just not quite as fun as I would have hoped today. Revisiting trigonometry for the third time sure wears you down on you. To be fair, it's only in preparation for our next actual piece of work, which expands on the topic, so we should only have 2 or 3 lessons on it as a revision. Still, I'm more than ready for lunch. Time to break it out. I made myself something nice today, if I do say so myself.
You, with me, now!
God damn it. Why are we here?
Because it's quiet and free from prying eyes.
All right, how about I rephrase my question? Why am I here?
Because I wanted company and Sayori is busy today.
So, why me, when I could be inside in the warmth?
Because you were stupid enough to follow me.
All right, that's it. I'm going back inside.
No, wait, it was a joke.
She grabs my sleeve, and when I turn back toward her, she's pulling a face that I could only call positively adorable. It's like when your pet knows they've done something wrong and is trying to make up for it by looking and acting as cute as possible. And it appears to be working.
Please don't leave.
Give me one good reason why not.
Because I'll be lonely?
I don't see how that's my... Fine, you win.
Yay!
I swear to God, copying Sayori's mannerisms is cheating.
But it worked, did it not?
I will still leave.
No, please don't!
I hate how she can do that. It's almost uncanny how effortless it is for her. How long has she spent with the girl? Longer than I have in a very long time.
Hey, what is it? You've gone all cloudy.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I can't have myself getting emotional so easily. These past couple days have been a ride, but it's nothing I can't handle. It'll do no one good to crack already.
Was it Sayori?
What?
Because I imitated her? I thought it was funny, not painful.
Oh, it's fine. I wasn't ready for it. She gives me a small half-smile.
I know you two were close, but she never really told me much about what happened.
It's not something I really want to be talking about. Natsuki nods and returns to unpacking her food. Oh, hey, that's cool. I have that exact pair of chopsticks at home.
Oh, no way, that's crazy.
Yeah, I use them with dinner. More often than not, they were a gift from my grandmother. They mean a lot to me.
That sounds lovely, yeah.
She shuffles a little awkwardly. Maybe she doesn't have a good relationship with her family. I'll change the topic for her. So, Natsuki, do you
like Sayori?
Wait, what?
I said, do you like Sayori?
Yes, she's a good friend.
No, you know what I mean.
Look, Natsuki, I don't know what you take me for, but I've reconnected with her for less than a day. There's no way I would fall for someone that quickly.
You're right, Mellow stupid. But you haven't only known her for a day. You've both known each other for your entire lives.
Maybe so, but that question was a little out of left field. Would you not agree?
Even if it is.
What do you want from me? This is clearly the reason you brought me up here. So what? If you're asking for my permission or something, it's not mine to give. No, you're not. I see. She's not asking permission at all. It's a declaration of war. No, I don't have feelings for Sayori.
I see.
Now, is that all? Because I would like to eat my dinner in peace.
Dinner? Well, wait, it's not what you think, I swear. You're thinking that maybe but that's not it. Sayori's my best friend, and I don't want just anyone taking her. She means the world to me, and I don't want someone who isn't worthy of taking her.
So it was a test?
Maybe.
Where I expect a joke, she instead looks away, clearly conflicted. This girl wears her heart on her sleeve, so incredibly open and direct. It makes me wonder what the rest of her family must be like to have raised her like this. Hey, look, Sayori's pretty incredible, isn't she? There's a reason she was my best friend. If she's got someone like you protecting her, then she's in good hands, isn't she? Natsuki looks toward me, her eyes filling with what I could only describe as an unimaginable relief.
You mean it? You're not gonna fight for her to be your best friend again instead?
Oh, wait, that's what this was about?
Yeah? What else would it have been?
Her face flushes crimson, and she rapidly packs up her things.
I didn't say anything. This conversation didn't happen, right?
Sure, sir, whatever you say. After haphazardly grabbing what she can, she bolts away, having never touched her lunch. What an incredibly high-strung young woman.
All right, everyone, let's all gather together and share what we've been reading.
We oblige, making our way over to the front of the room. We've been given copies of the same book, a book none of us have read, and been given a random chapter assigned to us. Our goal is to combine what we've read to try and piece together the story. To be honest, the chapter I got was somewhat near the end, so it made it a little difficult to make sense of it all. Well, no, it made it almost impossible. Something about a boy running with a bunch of people while avoiding a bunch of monsters. Talk about confusing. I'm sure everyone else had at least a little easier time with it. Let's find out.
So, who would like to go first?
Should we go in chapter order?
Oh, how about we go in reverse chapter order? Won't that make it even harder to put together and more fun to try? That sounds like a wonderful idea. So, who had the latest chapter?
Well, that would be me, I think.
Well, let's hear it then. Everyone take a seat and listen along.
Well, if I had to start somewhere, I guess it would be they were running.
Who was running?
The people.
Which people?
Yes. Sayori chuckles while Monica shakes her head a little.
Maybe starting in reverse order was a bad idea.
No, I'm sure we can piece something together, so long as we don't use what we know from our chapters to add to it until it comes time.
I agree. With our combined intellect, this should be straightforward.
All right, please continue, MC.
Well, they were running from a bunch of things called grievers. It was really unclear what they were. Some kind of spider. And it was through a maze. I worked out that much. They eventually reached the end of the maze, though, I think. That was the end of the chapter.
Oh, we found the exit? Nice!
Are you next, Sayori?
I think so. Was anyone else wandering close to the end?
Not me.
I got quite close to the beginning, actually.
Mine was somewhere around the middle.
Alright then, go for it, Sayori.
Alright, well, what I read was there were these monsters attacking some kind of village, stabbing people and killing them, or dragging them off. They got a few people, including someone who seemed important. It wasn't exactly clear, though. I suppose knowing who these characters are would be a boon.
Well, that's why we're doing this, so that we can find out together.
Indeed, it's certainly interesting. Though part of me is starting to wonder if it might damage our opinions and therefore enjoyment of the story if we ever choose to go back and read it in full.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. If anything, it should make us more intrigued. Considering there are sequel stories, it doesn't exactly spoil the entire plot, after all. An excellent point. So, if I might summarize what I believe to be going on. hear that there is a colony of people that have either created barricades to keep something out or keep something in, which also involves some sort of maze. Given that the story involves them running through the said maze, the assumption would be that they were trapped inside this maze in some sort of safe zone, but the containment was breached. Therefore, they were forced to make a break for an exit. That certainly seems to be the case, but why were they there?
Something tells me we won't find out by reading toward the beginning of the story. It feels like that's part of the mystery we would have or found out by reading the end.
So, is it really worth reading further backward, then?
Perhaps not, but we might still learn something. Agreed. We continue discussing what we've read for the rest of the club time. Though Yuri was right, it was difficult to really determine what the story was about from the small pieces of information we'd been given. Still, though, we agreed that the idea was definitely interesting enough to pursue again in the future if we chose to.
If that was a reference to anything, I don't know what it was.
All too quickly, the club meeting comes to an end. It seems Monica has more to say, though, as she claps her hands to bring us together. I'm trying to line up my cursor. Get on the button. There you go.
Okay, everyone. Before everyone heads off, I wanted to ask something that's been on my mind. Oh, sorry, Yossi, I know you've only been in the club for a few days, so I'll try and explain as best I can.
I share a glance with Sayori, who looks just as surprised as I am. It can't be that bad, though, if she's smiling. I finish gathering my things and move to the front of the room as Monica begins anew.
The culture festival is the week after next, and are we doing something?
Monica clears her throat, and it seems to occur to Sayori that she might have interrupted her.
Sorry. I'm happy you're excited, honestly. But yes, that was my hope. I've been debating with myself over what to do, but I think I've finally found an idea that we can get behind.
Is it to sit down and read in peace?
Yuri, how is that any different from what we already do? Plus, what reason would we have for doing that at the festival?
Well, I mean, we could just have it as a safe space for people to come away from the noise.
That's stupid.
Both of you, please, that's...
Maltsky looks poised to continue, but then glances at Monica. Something in her expression must get to the girl, because not only does she cease her verbal tirade upon Yuri, but she also looks away.
Sorry, Monica. Please continue.
The girl seems somewhat taken aback by the muted reaction. I'm not familiar enough with most of the girls here to really know, but it seems they were expecting more.
What? Don't look at me like that.
Like what?
Like I've done something weird.
But you did do something weird.
Well, I guess that answers my previous question.
I thought you wanted to assert yourself more, but you backed off.
I'll admit, I was expecting more.
What? And you don't have to make such a big deal out of it, okay? I just don't want to fight today. God!
She steps over to the window, leaning on the small sill. I glance towards Sayori, looking for any sign of answers, but she shrugs at me, just as lost.
I'll go talk to her.
Monica sighs, following the girl to the window. The three of us left simply wait for a moment, letting them speak without being overheard. Whatever conversation they have doesn't appear to be long. Natsuki mostly motions to her armband, then to the door. It doesn't appear that there's any misunderstanding or hard feelings, as the pair return pretty quickly.
Okay, everyone, I think it's probably best if we leave it there for now. We'll return to this conversation next week.
But if it's for the festival, isn't that a little urgent? Monica looks to Natsuki, then to the rest of the club members.
Not so urgent that I'll pull her away from her duties.
Natsuki nods, her expression grim.
Duty calls, but that doesn't mean I won't make it time. Give me maybe until next Wednesday or so to get all my paperwork sorted, then I'll have time to help out. This is going to be a lot of early mornings, isn't it?
Do you want some help?
No, it's fine. I can't ask any of you to carry this burden.
Is everything all right?
Huh?
She looks at me quizzically.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Okay. I feel like I'm missing something, but no one else seems too bothered by it, so I brush it off. Maybe she's just a member of another club she's got commitments to. Or perhaps it's to do with the band itself. It means she's a prefect, so she might have some student council or house duties. Yeah, that feels about right, actually, preparing for a culture festival. So, we'll return to this conversation sometime next week.
Looks like it. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know.
Me too. A couple of surprised looks are thrown my way, but I brush them aside. If it means we can participate in the festival together, I'd be happy to pitch in.
Well, look at you fitting right in.
That's very generous of you, offering to help. Or help her. Well, why not? It's the least I can do.
I really appreciate your offers, but I kind of have to do this stuff on my own. Besides, I don't really want to distract you from more important things.
Natsuki, you're a valued member of our club and our friend. If anything, helping you is the more... no, if anything, helping you is the more important thing here.
Natsuki attempts to hide her face, but the pink on her ears gives her away.
You can see her ears.
You guys, and right after I almost started another argument.
Oh, but the key word here is almost. You pulled yourself back, no?
Exactly, you did well.
All right, no need to lay it on that thick. I get ya, I'll ask for help if I need it.
That's all we ask. With that, it seems that club time truly does wrap up for the day. Sayori latches herself onto my arm before I can comment further.
Walk home.
I almost recoil at her sudden movement, momentarily stunned. It's almost as if... No, she's trying to act like she used to, isn't she? I see. To make it feel like nothing's changed, she's aware I'm still off kilter. If she's going to this much effort, then... how could I say no?